Hello and welcome to Roundglass. I'm Vishvapani Blomfield. Thank you for joining me for this session in the series that we're doing on Mondays, Mindful Meditation Basics. So today we're going to be learning how we can prepare our bodies and our minds for the practice. It's quite an important part of meditation, not just sitting ourselves down, plonking ourselves down on the seat and expecting to be able to meditate. What do we need to do to prepare? It would be really great to hear from you and really warmly invite you to use the chat to share any tips that you have about how you prepare for meditation. Some people have already offered their suggestions, so I'm just going to mention a few things that some people find helpful. So we have dimming the room. Yes, creating an atmosphere in the room. Turning the phone off. Well, that's always a good idea. In fact, having the phone nowhere near you is generally a good idea. Stretching. Have a drink. Okay, excellent. Those are all very good suggestions. I'm going to be adding some more as we go through the session. So if I think about a time when I really didn't prepare in the right way, the thing that comes to my mind is teaching, because in a way you can sit down for a meditation and be in a fluster and no one else is affected, but it makes more of a difference to me when I'm leading a class. So I remember one time I had to really rush to get to the place where I was leading it. I was on a bicycle, so I was cycling away like crazy and got there sweating and hot and out of breath and all that sort of thing. And then I had to lead the meditation. So I was telling people what to do. Actually, my mind was still going over the journey and all the things that had delayed me. And then I forgot to ring the bell to let people know that the meditation was ending. What can I say? So it's much better to do the opposite of that and to really take your time. To be prepared. I mean, look, there's no point rushing to meditate because the whole thing is about not rushing, getting to the opposite kind of mode. The transition that we're making from busy doing active mode to something much more settled and inward, that starts well before we sit down. So one thing you'll need to decide if you want to have a regular meditation practice is what time of day is best for you. It's generally good to have a routine or a habit, a routine of when you meditate, because otherwise you get squeezed out by all the things that come on in the day. Some people are morning larks and they like to just get up and meditate straight away. Other people are night owls and prefer to, you find your mind wakes up more as the day goes on. So you need to make your choice. The good thing about first thing in the morning is your mind is generally less busy and you're maybe not quite so tired, but you do need to wake up. You need to make sure you're awake, otherwise you'll spend the meditation itself waking up. So move, have a drink, just really take your time, but make sure you're waking yourself up and getting yourself into the right mode. So we're going to be exploring that. We're going to do a short period of meditation, which is all about preparation. Then we'll stop, I'll say a few more things, and we'll do a slightly longer period. So before we do anything, we need to make sure that we're in a posture, a position that's going to be okay for us. Just for now, it's just okay enough that we can do this rather informal practice. So if we're comfortable, we'll just close our eyes and take a breath. So now I invite you to go through the things that have happened in the period leading up to this meditation. If you've been traveling or you've been active in some way, just bring to mind what you've been doing in the 30 minutes or so before you came in. Maybe where you are, it's first thing in the morning, you've just been woken up and you've been maybe getting dressed or something like that. Whatever it is, let's just run through our activities. Okay, and then coming a bit closer in time, recalling sitting down, starting the app, starting to listen to this practice. So we come here, now, in the present moment. Sort of caught up with ourselves. So in the present moment, what do we need? Let's just start with a little movement. Now, I'm rolling my shoulders. And what's more, I'm going to connect the shoulder roll with the breath. So breathing in and letting the shoulders roll around. And then we're going to do that again. That's nice. I like it. Yes, just feeling what's there in the shoulders. So always important to bear in mind what's right for your body. If this isn't right, then don't follow it. We're going the other way now. So rolling forward, and again, connecting with the breath, breathing in. I'm exaggerating slightly, but you can do this in your own way. You squeeze the shoulders up, then let go. Do that again, squeeze the shoulders up, and let go. Let's do a stretch out to the sides. And if you like, turning the palms to face upwards, and then we'll bring the arms above our head. Feel the stretch coming through the body. Breathing out and let the arms float down like they're floating through water. And come back. So hopefully that feels good for you. Maybe you get the idea, you could do quite a lot of that to really bring our awareness into the body, out of that busy thinking space, into the body, just sensing what's there in the body. And checking in with ourselves. Just, how am I today? So we always notice what the weather's like externally. But what's the weather like internally? Is it bright and sunny? Is it gloomy and overcast? Is there a storm brewing? Just having a sense of the internal weather, the inner climate. Okay, another breath, let it go. Okay, and then if you like opening your eyes, you could just stay still, but you could open your eyes, you could stretch your legs if you like, because Otherwise, that extends the period of time where we're just sitting in a single posture. So what did you notice as we did that? Do you notice anything to do with making a transition? You know, that's a really important part of meditation, making a transition from one state to another. So what was helpful for you in making that transition? That's a really good question to ask, and it's quite personal. You know, some people love to move a bit. Other people just want to be still, let everything settle. But it's really about asking, what do I need right now to get into this practice? And it might be that the answer is nothing. I don't need anything. I have what I need. I'm able to set by all of those discontented thoughts of, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, and just be present. So there's a couple more elements to mention. One is posture. And we are going to go into another period of meditation in a moment. So we could just take the time, and this is a big part of preparation. Yeah? Take the time to set everything up. If you need another cushion, get another cushion. If you need to move a little, just make sure you give yourself the space to do that. Okay, so we're going to go into the practice. There's going to be one more element that I'll mention, which is about intention. But it's probably best to do that once we've settled a little. So intention, being conscious about how we're engaging. Before we do the practice, it may be a very general thing. Okay, I'm going to really put myself into this. But then it can become more subtle as we get a sense of what we need. And I'm going to be guiding you to focus the attention on the breath and the body. Okay? And I'll also be bringing back the preparatory elements, the posture and the intention. Okay, so let's go into this second period of meditation now. Making any further adjustments to the posture. Taking your time. And so the external things like having more height, that's one bit of posture. The other is just setting up how we sit. So making sure that you have a firm contact between the body and the floor. If you're sitting on a chair, for example, having your feet resting firmly on the floor and just feeling, sensing the contact at the toes and the ball of the foot and the heel. So really resting down, yes, solid, stable, grounded, present. If you're sitting kneeling or cross-legged, feeling that support where the body contacts the floor, and particularly at the bottom, however you're sitting. You can do this if you're lying down as well. So this is the first part of the posture, really having a sense of grounding. Let's take another deeper breath. Breathing in, breathing out, settling, okay? So settling. And the next part of the posture is noticing the in-breath, breathing in, feeling the body rising up, opening out. As we do this, sensing that the spine is long. The spine is long, the chest is open. The chest naturally opens and the shoulders naturally drop back and down if we have a long spine. Now, thinking about being upright and all that sort of thing can quite easily bring in a bit of tension. So just softening on the out breath. Particularly softening around the lower back. By softening, I mean just letting the muscles ease. And something that you can do in addition is imagining that the breath is flowing into those muscles. And then just softening the face, the eyes, the mouth. So connecting with the body, fully present in the body. And just asking, what do I need? And this might set a kind of intention. I really need to give myself some space. I really need to let go. There are lots of thoughts. I need to actually focus, put some effort into that. Whatever it might be. How can I use this time? So, as we settle into the practice, I'm going to introduce another element, which is a poem. Some lines by the poet Rumi. The breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. You must ask for what you really want. Don't go back to sleep. People are going back and forth across the door sill where the two worlds touch. The door is round and open. Don't go back to sleep. These pains you feel are messengers. Listen to them. So let's settle into the practice now. Listening to sounds. Just hearing the sounds that you in your environment. Maybe some continuous sounds and some intermittent sounds that come and go. Just opening your awareness to the sounds. Not trying to figure out what's making the sounds. That's a label. Just staying with the sounds themselves. Some high pitch, some low pitch, some louder, some softer. textures and layers of sound. So we're shifting modes. But even as we do so, staying in touch with the preparation elements. So coming back to our posture. Noticing the contact points, the body resting down, settling. Rising up on the in-breath and opening. Rising and settling. Stable and alert. Checking in with our intentions. Whatever it was we reflected on before, where are we in relation to that right now? Just checking in, aware, present. Feeling the breath flowing in, flowing out. Posture, intention, awareness, moving from thinking to sensing. Thinking to sensing. You're going to start moving towards the end of this practice, just gently moving in that direction. Maybe bringing in a little bit of movement, the shoulders, same as we did at the beginning really, just whatever your body needs or wants. You might stretch up. Okay, so there's some questions and comments in the chat. So the first one's this: finding a posture that felt right was challenging. Switch leg positions, tried lying down. How much fidgeting is okay? Well, the first thing to say is, well done for exploring it. And, take your time to check out posture. maybe do that between now and when you next do a proper sit. Just really take your time. It does take a while. That's quite normal. We have this idea that we ought to sit like a pretzel, all wrapped up in lotus position and, looking like we're a yoga teacher or something. If you're not a yoga teacher, that might be quite difficult. So, it might be that you're going to need to sit on a chair. It might be that if you're sitting on the floor, you need quite a lot more height than you think. There's another one of these sessions which is about posture. I won't go through the whole thing now. Just really encourage you perhaps to check that out and to take your time over that. So, next comment. There was a lot of thinking, noticing, and settling. Was that the preparation or the meditation, or are they all wrapped together? I thought the point of meditation was to empty my mind. Okay, so right, thank you. What we were doing today was really looking at the things that you do to prepare for the meditation, but actually you can make a whole meditation out of that. Generally speaking, the idea of emptying your mind, that can be a bit difficult because the mind doesn't want to empty. The mind isn't a bucket. The mind will keep active. So yes, in thinking about preparation, that was quite an active way of engaging with the practice. So that's fine. It's fine to be making those adjustments, directing your attention in quite a conscious way. And then we can settle and just be open and so on. Other days of the week we'll do a longer period of practice. Today we're looking at the basics. Okay, so I hope that answers your question enough for now, at any rate. All of these things, can just keep coming back to. To prepare for meditation, I really encourage you to find a time of day that's right for you, to find your routine. It's nice to try meditation out as a one-off, but the benefits come by making it regular. Now, if you have a plant and you never water it, and then you just tip a big bucket of water on it once a month, the plant won't be very happy. Plants generally, not all plants, but most plants want little and often. And it's like that with meditation, little and often. So set up a habit and find where to fit that into your routine. It isn't easy to establish any new habit, whatever that might be. But find a time when it's going to work in the course of your day. Set up a space. We talked about that a couple of weeks ago. And another thing that you can do that is a really good way to get into the spirit of the meditation is to maybe read a poem. Just read some words that you find inspiring and evocative. So in the course of the practice, I read some lines of Rumi. I'm going to read them again to conclude what we're doing today. The breeze at dawn has secrets to tell you. Don't go back to sleep. You must ask for what you really want. Don't go back to sleep. People are going back and forth across the doorsill where the two worlds touch. The door is round and open. Don't go back to sleep. These pains you feel are messengers. Listen to them. Okay, so thank you for sharing this time. Please continue to explore your meditation practice with us. You can check out our daily live meditations at round.glass or on our app. Have a great day and take your time.